Hello, sterile processing professionals. My name is Adam Okada with Beyond Clean, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Shift Change. As a lead, supervisor, or manager, we use our daily shift huddles to relay important information. Changes to processes, new pieces of equipment, and all the other major changes we need to make sure that our staff knows and understands. One of the most frustrating aspects of these jobs is telling staff something important and having them forget almost the second that you say it. You've heard that phrase, in one ear and out the other? My mom used to say that to me all the time. Well, it's not just true of children. A lot of adults in the sterile processing space are guilty of it as well. So why do we struggle to retain this information? The answer is complex, but it has a lot to do with how we store long-term memory. For example, what did you have for dinner last Tuesday night? You're probably thinking about it now, and unless you're like me and you have Taco Tuesday nights with your family every week, you're probably going to struggle to remember what you ate. On that following Wednesday morning, that memory would have been right at the forefront, but because a week or so has passed and there have been many dinners between now and then, it's no longer readily available. This is called interference theory, and it's the result of different memories interfering with each other. The more similar two or more events are, the more likely interference will occur. So it's hard to remember what occurred at Shift Huddle a week ago or a month ago because there have been a bunch of Shift Huddles in between, and at a certain point they all kind of run together. Worse, interference also occurs when you're trying to update existing information. Have you ever had a phone number memorized and then tried to learn a new number when it was changed? The old information will stay in the long-term memory banks, which makes the new information much harder to remember. So again, if your staff knows that they don't use the ultrasonic on this specific device, and then you switch it up and you say now they have to use the ultrasonic on that device, the interference of those two pieces of information is going to cause forgetfulness where they won't know which is the old information and which is the new. There are ways to avoid interference theory, but my best piece of advice is just to not relay the information verbally at a single shift report. Repeating the same information at every shift report until all staff commits it to memory may be boring, but it will enter their long-term memory after a few days. You should also use visual aids, writing these things down on a board, and also, which I've discussed in a previous video, and I've also discussed getting out of the rut of having Shift Huddle in the same location, with the same people, and in the same format. Again, all of these meetings will run together in the staff's memory, so you need to mix things up for them. Our jobs in sterile processing are vitally important, so let's help our staff make the most of their brain power by trying to help them avoid this interference theory and commit important information to our long-term memory. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Shift Change, and until next time, keep fighting dirty.